this. All right, now, Money Boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope you like me. Once again, I'm feeling amazing. Let me start off by saying this. Everything I do is for fun and games, information, entertainment, educational purposes only. Now, I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, because somebody told you to. With that being said, I know my rights. Now, I hope y'all feel like me, 'cause you know I'm feeling amazing. Today is Black Friday. Talking about Cat Williams. Might even go in on Orlando Brown and more. And with that being said, how y'all doing today? How y'all feeling out there in YouTube and concrete jungle, hanging on the beach? And let me hit this one time because we about to do this to the beach. Wasting the beast, man. Giving it to the beast because time waits for nobody. What y'all doing out there? We got some nuggets. Tim H. I see you out there, Tim H. Let me share the screen now. Official B. I'm about to share that screen. Boom. Where the hell did it go? Damn, official. I'm looking back like, where did I share the screen? All right, here we go. Tim H in the building. All right, so official, you said scroll up to the contents. How far up is it? Oh, here we go. Let's see, people. Oh yeah, this right here is deep, official. Law in general, nature, origin, kinds of law, substance of law, governmental powers and limitations, procedures, bars to recovery. Number 2, contracts, formation and requisites, classification, forms of contracts, statutes, frauds, operation effects of contracts, discharge of contracts, arbitration and awards, negotiable instruments. This deep, official. Hold on. I might have to pull this off the screen. I see what you were saying. Negotiable instruments, types of credits, issues, negotiable, holder in due course, liabilities, defense, presumptions, dishonor, protest, discharge, checks, sales, nature and elements, passing titles, warranties, remedies, conditional sales. Wow. Yeah, this right here, that was a nugget. Official. Receipts. Bailments and carriers. Nature and essentials. Classification of bailments. Rights, duties, obligation, commons, and all bailments. Rights and duties, obligations depend upon bailment. Mutual benefits. Damn. I wasn't ready for all this, official. When you said scroll up, rights and duties, carriers, classification, common carriers of goods, common carriers of passengers, carriers of by water. Okay, I see. Let's see. I got you, Tim H. Here you go. Give me 1 second. What y'all doing out on Friday night, man? What y'all got going on out there in this YouTube world? We're gonna call this IRL, in real life, because we dealing with real life situations. There you go, Tim. Yeah, official. This right here was deep. I'll pull it off the screen. That right there is a super nugget. Okay, y'all. So one of the main questions, right, is this right here. One of my main questions is this right here. Where did it go? What do y'all think? What do y'all think about cat? How many of y'all seen this interview right here? How many of y'all seen this Cat Williams and Joe Rogan interview? That's a question to the people out in the chat. I know E.T. saw it. Official, I don't know if you saw that interview with Joe Rogan and Cat Williams. But some of the things that was said in this interview right here, this interview right here, this interview right here says some stuff. I wouldn't say Cat took it too far, but I would say he was definitely saying some stuff that would question a lot of people, you know. Because when I watched the whole interview, it was 3 hours long. I was on the edge of my seat the whole interview, like literally the whole interview, where when I woke up today, I put it back on. I had to put it back on because some of the stuff that he said, I had to sleep on it. I had to sleep on it and just think about what he was saying. And I was like, oh my God, you mean to tell me it's a lot of information right there for the people? It was a lot of information there for the people. Fear, false evidence appearing real. I can't be fearful. gotta stand on my square. I gotta stay moving forward. Today is Fact Friday. Today is Fact Friday. We done been down a rabbit hole for way too long with no direction. But what do y'all got going out there today? Cat Williams said he have read over 10,000 books. I believe he said that. Over 10,000 books. To the average person, that would seem impossible. To the average person, reading that many books, you would be like, man, he got to be lying. But if you focus and you notice what's going on in this here world, you like, nah, it got to be more to it. So you got to be more like Cat Williams. Reading is fundamental, and they also hide a lot of things in books. They hide a lot of things in books because they don't expect you to pick up a book. You know? On the average, how many books have any of you read last year coming into this year? How many books? I must admit, I have not read that many books. I haven't even finished a couple of books. I opened them up. I read that table of contents, start reading through, and then sometimes we back up, right? But now it's the information age. So if you don't pick up a book to get the knowledge that you need, you will get left behind. It's not up to me. Private information, public information, information, period. What do you do in your spare time? Do you read books? Do you watch videos? Do you listen to audiobooks? Or do you go have a drink? Do you go party? Do you go to the club? Do you go out? People got to get their priorities straight. And I'm not speaking just to point a finger. I'm pointing a finger. One finger pointed at you is three pointed back at me. So I wouldn't say nothing to you that I wouldn't tell myself. Before I want to go have fun and party, I want to have my stuff lined up. What do you think, Tim? How do you feel, Tim? How do y'all feel out there in YouTube world? The algorithm is shady. The algorithm is blocking. But when I watched this interview, some of the things that Cat Williams said in there was just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And if I wouldn't have already been studying, then I wouldn't have knew half of what he was talking about. It would have just been an up and down, smiles and frowns situation. Ups and downs, smiles and frowns around the corner. Now, let me see. I know what I can do. This is a live reaction to the Joe Rogan and Cat Williams review. What I will do is I want to
like this. Can you hear me, MD?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I would have to say, man, with him, the way he explained how he ended up being able to read so many books, I can see why. He said he had to open up one book, which led him to a different book that was the source for the other book. So
Yeah,
if you
almost
gotta
like
read
that UCC
books
book.
one time, then that would be the reason you'd end up reading 4 books, at a time. Because you get what somebody said and then what they really meant.
Yeah,
If you get what I'm saying.
that's why. Let's see. Hell yeah. Yeah. What do you think about?
About what?
See,
I don't know if that's me or you that's breaking up like that.
I paused that. I think it's you, bro. Could you? Is this on the screen now? The Cat Williams on the screen?
Yeah, Cat's on the screen. I was saying your mic was kind of breaking up.
He said it's not working. All right, got you. Now watch this. Listen to what Cat says. Right here. Listen.
The Mexican people were the second, or well, they were their own jolt to the civilization of the fact that, yeah, you say, oh, they shouldn't come over, but anybody that comes over willing to work hard and succeed, and those are people you want apart, and they immediately help. Like, you can look at the extremes, of course, but the benefit are astronomical and always have been since Pangea.
Yeah, the benefits are great. The side effects are crime. And that's what you have to be careful of, especially when you got organized crime that's coming in to sell fentanyl. You got a lot of that.
You heard what he
That's
said?
a wild one, because that's propped up by laws. That's propped up by our drug laws. And that puts you in a real complicated situation. Like, do you make drugs legal? Everything legal. The problem is you're going to get a bunch of people who get addicted to drugs that probably wouldn't without that. And then you have to say, is that just part of the process? We have to learn to deal with this new thing that's everywhere and readily available. And how many people are going to try it just because it's
Let me pause Joe Rogan right there, bro. Mr. Ithi Muadi. He said, should we just make drugs legal? Didn't you hear him when he just said that?
He said they pushing fentanyl.
It's already legal. Guaranteed. Yeah. Google how to pay taxes on pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah, that's crazy how he just said that. And was like, yeah, they're getting ready to flood the market with the drug dealers pushing fentanyl.
He just said it. And it was like, okay, so what do that mean for society? What do that mean for people? That means you better get your shit together.
All right.
You get what I'm saying? If they just if they just push this agenda according to what how everything has been unfolding, you got to get your shit together. If you don't get your shit together, they gonna get it together for you. If you don't get your shit together, they gonna get it together for you.
Yeah.
I want y'all to go to this Cat Williams Joe Rogan interview, right? Now down here is something that I see, right? And I was like, this is nice. Let me see what did he put. They have basically laid. All right, I think it's here. Is it there? No, it ain't there. Let me see. 2, 3, 5. Damn, all the comments just came up. Slow the space. I need to go back to the top. Sort tab. Sort by verse. I want y'all to see what he said. This one dude lined up. Man, it went by so fast, bro. They don't even have it back up there. In the original comments, they had a whole list. There was a whole list. Numbers, times, when Cat Williams, Joe Rogan said certain things, and the person who mapped it out, it was just like this right here at the bottom of the screen, where it says Robert Splowski said that when you turn 45, you will buy convertibles at a crisis or have a crisis.
But it was like they mapped out all the time when he said specific things that where he was like dropping the gem. Like when he was talking about let me see, the UFO thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the creator stuff.
Let me see. I like even
a lot of people let that fly by.
Yeah, they did.
When he was talking about his duck.
I wonder how many people, even though right here on Joe Rogan's channel, this video from yesterday to today got, I think, like 6 million.
You said got 1 million views?
6 million.
Quite a few, but at least how many people are not going to die from fentanyl poisoning because they're going to get pure stuff?
Well, when I got it was only 9 hours in.
Yeah, talking fentanyl in specific, like it's a very difficult conversation to have because most of the things that we will all agree are terrible drugs aren't being used at the hospital.
Yeah, we need that noise.
Right.
So until that part gets like it's a bad look all the way around. But the bar has been set so high. Like everything that's called a drug nowadays is terrible. Like there's been no evolution. Like, yikes.
Well, that's part of the problem with keeping drugs illegal, especially psychedelic drugs, since 1970. It's like stymied human evolution, stymied research, stymied growth.
What did?
Keeping drugs illegal, keeping psychedelic drugs illegal.
Look, if there
specifically
was
psychedelic drugs.
If there was a God, then he put a fail-safe on the drug so that you would have a barrier.
Let me pause.
That's Richard Nixon.
That's ODing.
Did he just say that drugs have a fail
on the drug?
Yes.
I wanted to make sure I heard that same and you heard that.
I wanted to make sure I heard that correct. Like, did he just say
a fail safe on the drugs?
Yes.
Where do they do that at? When they start upping the dosage from 10s to 20s to 40s to 80s?
As they dip the dosage, you is crazy. Crazy but true, man. Crazy but true.
That's when they see how far they could push the limit before they start knocking off people on a quick dose. They found out with fentanyl, as soon as you touch it, you was a gunner. So they was like, ooh, we gotta cut that. That fentanyl too strong. We need to cut it. That's what they did with that. They found that out. They was like, ooh, that's too strong. Too strong.
I don't blame them. I would have that shit off the market. But they all about money. They all about money. Everything is about funds. Everything is about, all right. In this interview, one of the things that he said that I can agree with personally is when he said that this whole world is nothing but an act. Everybody in this world is a character. And once you realize that, you have to become who you want to be in society. When he said that, I was like, whoa, I had to sit back and think. Because then he brought up the Greeks, he brought up the Romans, he brought up football, he brought up music, he brought up television, he brought up the court system. Everybody's acting. Everything is an act. So if you set yourself up in the right position, he said it's all about currency, energy, money, and knowing the information. He who holds the information controls the currency. The currency is nothing but money. Everything is monetary system. Everything consists about money. Everybody that came to my channel, MoneyBoyFilmz, and been watching me for the last 10 years with certain videos, and then once I got onto the new movement, new age, I can say new age, you know, information that we didn't all know, it was all about getting out of debt. Whose obligation of the debt? Some people wanted to say, oh, we can just use it by paying our social security number and the routing number to pay bills. I was one of them. It was just a form of currency. It was a way that the system was set up. People was having reversals. Why? Because they didn't set themselves up as a business. And Kat said, everything is a business. None of this is personal. I was like, oh. I think Cat Williams is deeper than a lot of people give him respect for. You know? I don't even think Joe Rogan.
I would have to agree with that.
Huh?
I would have to. I said I would have to severely agree with that because a lot of people just look at his comedic standpoint and his controversial standpoint as far as how he rips into other people. But I don't think they really look into the deeper portion of what he's truly saying about the situations that he's bringing to the forefront at that time.
Exactly. I think because he was a comedian, so that's why people was treating him that way. And then once they sit down and talk to him, and then they're like, hold on, he don't seem so crazy after all. Because everybody that's crazy was a genius.
Yeah.
They don't want information out there. What you say, bro?
I mean, look at every picture that they made of Einstein. That dude's hair was always lit.
Exactly. Why? All right, he had brought up Tesla. Did you hear what he said about Tesla in this interview? And about free energy. Now, when he brought up Tesla in this interview, I wanted to hear what he had to say, because then he started talking about electricity and how the whole world runs off electricity. And once Tesla wanted to make it free, that's when you can do your tap song, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Tesla was gone. And then they came in and took all of Tesla's inventions, all of his patents, all of his information inside of his laboratory, and took it over. And it became government property. Because they was like, hold on, he's trying to give the world something for free when we can capitalize off of it. The information is free, right? Information is free. But if you don't know where to look for it, you'll never find it.
The information is free, but the usage of it isn't. If you use my intellectual property, I want to get paid for it.
I want my
That's
end.
what they That's what they
But
seriously did with MB. They said the knowledge is there for free, but if you want to use it, you're going to have to pay me for it. And you're not going to pay the original inventor or the original discoverer. That's
But
how
you
you give
saying
it
the
up for
price
free.
yesterday ain't gonna be the same price today.
Yeah. Yeah. The price yesterday ain't going to be the same price today. Not at all.
Then another nugget in here in this Joe Rogan, Cat Williams interview. Another thing that Cat Williams said, he said to Joe Rogan, "You're too dark to be the Illuminati like me." But how many people had did that fly over? He told Joe Rogan, "You cannot be Illuminati because you are dark, too dark." And to me, I'm looking like, hold on, Joe Rogan, that's a white man. Cat Williams, you're melanated. And he's saying illuminated, Illuminati means nothing but the light. Oh, so it was deeper than the surface. How many people would believe that Cat Williams was Illuminati or Bouget or the Boule,
He
as I
was
say?
telling Joe Rogan, AMB, what he was doing was telling Joe Rogan that he wasn't enlightened enough. Because in order to one of the illuminated, you must be enlightened and have knowledge in alchemic areas. Because if you remember, he was speaking about the alchemy of being able to take the gold and create the dust and make the atmosphere. That's what the Anunnaki was doing.
Yes.
And so, therefore, in order to be illuminated enough to create the dust, that being, you would have to know how to break that element down. So that's what he was explaining to Joe Rogan, was he wasn't illuminated enough. He was too dark. He had not read enough. He had not educated himself enough in the arts in order to overstand the things that he was getting ready to prepare him for, or some of the things that he was saying to him. That's what he meant by that.
Because Joe Rogan had asked about the pyramids. And he said, Cat Williams said, the Anunnaki, when they came here, they had to find a nice place to land, which was nice and fertile. And once they landed there, the people was all nice and, welcoming. Some little hobbits. Wait, did he call them hobbits? I think he did call them hobbits. He said 3 feet people that was only 3 feet tall. And when these Anunnaki came, they landed there and they built it, the whole pyramids, but it was built on sand. And he said all around it was really like a city. And it was a beacon. So when the Anunnaki come to Earth, they would know where to land at. And when he said that, I was like, here you go, man. I was like, wow. He went in right there. Because Joe Rogan had to sit back. Even Joe Rogan had to sit back and ponder more than once in this conversation with Cat Williams. He didn't just have to. Yes. Yes.
Because think about when you have an airplane take off at the airport. What do they have? They have a tower.
What the hell?
They have a control tower.
Bro, you controlling the
So
screen?
if you got,
Bro, you controlling my screen?
no, I don't think so.
Did you see what just happened to the screen?
Oh, my phone's in my pocket. If I am, I apologize.
No, it just switched over. It just switched over to full screen, and it pulled us out and put Cat up. So that's the energy. If you didn't do it, it's the energy. Put us back.
Think about this. One of those is a beacon, bro. And then you got different beacons on different land masses that can allow you to know where to land is. And then think about what he said with the Ark of the Covenant. If that was really a power source to light up the beacon, think about that. The Ark of the Covenant is the power source, and they removed it from the actual vessel. So if they removed it from the vessel, you see what I'm saying? Now the vehicle has no fuel.
Oh shit. So when he said that, where's the location of an aircraft alien made here on Earth? He said the place is right there.
You see what he was saying?
Yeah, no, I didn't get it at first, but now I just got it a little bit more from what you just put that, because I also know that in our brains there's a black hole. I know we have the cerebellum. They was trying to, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. If I say it, they might delete the channel. Think about that, right? Yeah, nah, they ain't gonna do that. They not supposed to wipe my channel out like Money Boy saying too much. No, 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 no. He not ready.
They're gonna hit you with an IU. Can you keep on?
I'm already in YouTube jail. Shit. I'm in YouTube jail right now. But it's all good. You know, it's all good. If y'all want to help donate to the channel, y'all can, man. Y'all can. They got me in YouTube jail. It's all good. They don't want to let it go. Here you go. Here. Slap that on the screen. They want to help support the channel, you know. MB Foundation 1111 Cash App, you know.
Free money, boy. Free money, boy, from YouTube jail.
Free me from YouTube jail. Nah, this right here, right? So what I'm starting to learn, bro, build the channel, get the information for the people, and just keep building. because no information is new under the sun. Cat Williams also said that when he referred to the Emerald Tablets. When he said that Hindu, he said the Muslim religion, Christianity, and I think he said Buddhist. The three forms. He said with those ones and how they created it, everything flows through them and how they hid certain stuff. He said, but now once you see how they set up their little organization, they all saying the same story. And he also said that, I think he said 70 to 90% of the Bible, the Quran, and what the Buddhists all study, all came from the Emerald Tablets. Now that right there, to me, was an eye opener, because I knew that every religion was just off a form of Christianity. At least what I thought. That was my perspective. But you mean to tell me they got that shit from thought? From the Emerald Tablets? Now, that made me want to go. I searched up the Emerald Tablets before. But now, when I'm now want to go look them up, it's in a whole different perspective. A whole different perspective, people. Let's see. Let me pull it back to the beginning over here.
It was early 2000 when we first started thinking about the Emerald Tablets of Thought. That was right around the same time that they knocked down Stonehenge. Okay? Now, we was thinking and first got interested in the Tablets of Thought then. That's when we had the audiobooks on Kindle. And what was it? The other one. It's the audiobooks, either way. But what I'm saying is we investigated it, but we didn't do the in-depth search. And so now to go back and look at it a second time or a third time, as we said, with that open eye now, you see it others never seen before. You see with the eyes of the blind man.
Yeah, let's watch this. Let me hear that. Now listen to what he says right here. Now watch this.
Like, comedy is small, but only if you're mediocre.
Comedy is small only if you are mediocre.
It's vast and it's also small because there's so few of us. And worldwide, we were talking about this the other day. There's maybe 500 of us on the planet.
500 what?
You got to be real generous and say 500 because it's really probably about 250.
Right.
Like legit comics, guys you want to hang out with, guys who are fun. Guys who
your numbers going down.
Your numbers going down.
Your numbers going down.
Guys who'd recommend leave your house, get a babysitter. Numbers going down. It's not a lot of people.
Pause that.
Right.
You think about the billions.
Did you? All right. He said there's not that many comedians like us. I didn't know Joe Rogan was a comedian. Did you? How many people out there, if y'all knew Joe Rogan was a comedian, drop a 1 in the chat, man. Drop a 1 in the chat, because I did not know he considered himself a comedian.
Yes, I did know he's a comedian. I've actually sat back and watched some of his stand-up comedy. He's actually pretty funny.
So Joe Rogan, he does a lot of different things then. Because I remember him from UFC. Am I right? Hold on, bro. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I think it was UFC and it's a couple of other things. He's been in a lot of different ventures.
My bad, bro. It sounded like something was just beeping throughout the whole house. Like I didn't know what the hell that was in there beeping. Just beep 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 beep.
Oh, I was wondering if you was even still there for a minute. I was getting ready to reload my page.
Oh, it is. It gotta be the old, because I threw that shit away. It's the old carbon monoxide reader.
Well, reset the conversation and run the next portion of the clip. I was trying to start the clip back.
Yeah, I gotta throw that shit all the way outside. Just to play the next part of the clip. So I could run that outside real quick to the garbage.
And billions of people on the planet. There's a little smidgen of us.
Well,
Let me
as children, we all take to talking with ease. And so the fact that later on in your life, you be one of the people that could say, I talk for a living is an amazing honor.
It's amazing.
Even if you look 1,000 years back.
Yeah, especially today. To be able to talk for a living? Oh my God. What and that's the problem also with what we do is that everybody can talk. So they see you talking, they're like, I can do what he's doing.
Right.
He's just up there talking.
And the better you do it, the easier it looks, which is
Right.
part of the trap.
Yeah, it's part of the trap.
It looks like he doesn't think about what he says. He just says stuff. But you couldn't be as accurate.
No. And then hanging around with comics and getting to know about shit like their electric Rolls Royces.
Right. Right. If Satan hits me, just know I'm hitting back immediately. You're gonna know about it if I've never heard. Yeah, the electric specter.
That thing is insane. That thing's insane. Just the way the doors open up, the way the doors close when you touch the brakes. Totally silent.
For the price point, it would have to be perfect. And the whole thing is, it is. And that's what you're trying to do in any genre. Like, you're trying to find that thing that is flawless in that genre.
Right.
And that's it.
That's the Rolls Royce. I've never had one of those.
Right. Well, because it's important to you that you be grounded in the important ways. So I can see you not having not had a Rolls Royce. I've had 4, 5.
I'm not opposed to it. It's just the idea of it to me is like, don't do that. For me, I'm always like, get away from that. Go
Right.
a muscle car.
Well, see, you see what I mean? Yeah, because we live vicariously through these things, and it's been that way for all of humankind. I'm saying it was still like that for the Roman and his chariot.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's how he felt. Like, that's how horsemen feel about that ride. You know, like,
yeah.
Transportation and people have a love story.
Yeah, that's really the only object that I'm really into. Like, I'm
Vehicles.
into vehicles. I'm into mechanical vehicles.
Right.
There's like something about mechanical vehicles that just speak to me. I love them. I love looking at them. I love sitting in them. I love driving them. It's just like, it's one of the things that people say, like, money can't buy you happiness. That's definitely true. If you're fucked up, you're not going to get happier if you get rich. But if you're already reasonably happy and you can afford a nice muscle car, god damn, you'll feel happier. You will feel happier.
But every time. So what I'm saying is, when I got the 67 Chevy Camaro, I needed no other cars. I was complete.
Yeah.
When I got the Grand National, you couldn't tell me anything. There was nothing on the highway that was of my ilk.
Yeah.
But I've felt that way 12, 13 times. That's what makes it real love.
Yeah, they give you real joy. Yeah. Every time you drive them.
And you feel like that character in that movie. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You drive a 1970 Chevelle, you feel like John Wick.
Yeah, it's a sacred place. There's music there. There's recklessness, but there's safety.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it gets to the essence of a being.
And I think it's a thing that won't exist 100 years from now. I think automated driving will be mandatory. I really do. I think we're about 100 years away. 100 years away from no personal automobiles.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about 100 years away from no automobiles? That means a classic car would be no more. A 68 Camaro would be like no more. So the cars would be driving us with no steering wheel. Them popos, 12, the police, policy enforcers get behind you, and you're in a Tesla that drives itself. They can now program your car to follow them to the police station and lock you in it with no getting away. How many people want that type of car? A lot of people is buying Teslas right now. So there's a positive and there's a negative, because the next thing Joe Rogan was about to say, I don't know if he already said it, but he said that if we had a lot of autonomous cars, where they control themselves, we would have less accidents and less deaths. So strip away the people's freedom. And give them something that we really can control them by, and say we're getting rid of accidents, deaths, in automobiles, trains, and planes, and shit like that. That right there is a whole nother, like, damn, you give up one thing for another. With everything we do, we got to give up something. When we fell down a rabbit hole, y'all, when we fell down the rabbit hole, we gave up our time. We gave up our freedom and our time. We're not out there in the streets no more. We're not out there acting crazy. Instead, we're reading books. We're doing our due diligence, setting up our businesses, getting our affairs in line. Because when shit hit the fan, you don't know what's going to happen. You want to be in control of your own destiny. One other thing that Cat Williams has said in this here interview, he said, if you don't know, you need to know, get a bunker. And this is for all of my people that's been studying with me for all these years. And we know that we're banging on the beast. Something is up. And if you know that something is up, get a bunker. Learn how to assign it. Know how to set up your business to where you can handle all of your affairs right. And you can afford a bunker. We're all billionaires, bro. Millionaires, but they just don't know how to do it. It's easy to solve the hunger problem.
You're just talking about the autonomous cars, bro. Think about The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. How they did him. They told him how many points he had on his license and told him he had to take the car in for service. So we had no control over it.
None.
Even though he was the taxi cab driver, supposedly, he still didn't have control of the vessel.
Damn. Still didn't have control over his own vessel. But yet he was operating in commerce too.
Yep, he was operating on commerce.
So that wasn't his private vehicle.
That was his public vehicle.
So yeah, this is all. Yeah, bro, some shit going on. I know YouTube algorithm is tripping. Like, they keep tripping with my fucking computer. They just removed me out of my own live. How in the hell do that happen? Because Cat Williams broke the internet, people. And we just happen to bring it back to y'all. Go check out this interview, y'all. Joe Rogan and Cat Williams interview. Watch the full interview from beginning to end. Don't miss nothing. You might even need a note tablet. Start taking notes off some of the things that Cat Williams has said. Even Joe Rogan has said some things in here that was good points. But a lot of people missed it. A lot of people have missed it because I don't know what people attention span is on. I don't know where people focus is on. But me, I just want to be free. You know, I just want to be free. And with that being said, y'all, I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, join my channel. And also go back and watch the full Joe Rogan and Cat Williams interview. Actually, I'm going to post the link to the full interview in the description to where y'all can easily just click on it and go back to it. Or y'all can just put inside, you know, the YouTube search, Joe Rogan, Cat Williams. Y'all can see the whole full interview, get the whole breakdown, get a full understanding of why and how Cat Williams just broke the internet. It was because of the information. This is the information age, and thank God for the internet. Because once you put that energy out there, it's going to come back. It shall come back. Nothing shall come back void. That being said, like, share, subscribe, and oh yeah, stay amazing. Money boy in the building. My bad, y'all. I can't go without this. I gotta bump this for the people.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope you're feeling like me, because once again, I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for fun and games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. With that being said, I know my rights and all my rights are reserved.
I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time. I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time. I stay banging on the beats, cause I gotta eat. I was looking for some knowledge and it found me. ACH my cardinal, then they locked a Randall Bean. I had to show the world, then they tried to crush my dream. I had to play the game to operate and bend the rules. I went public on YouTube and then I hit the news. MoneyBoyFilmz worldwide, they tried to steal my name. I got the word from above, never forget the pain. God is my witness, copyright, now you can be the light. Red pill, blue pill, no sleep tonight. God is my witness, copyright, now you can be the light. Red pill, blue pill, no sleep tonight. I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time. I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time.
What's your name? Where you going? Can I see ID? I'm Money Boy, you reckon I lost since 1933. What's the deal with the trust, the SUV? I'm the king, you the joker, but I pull the strings. Out my mother, she gave birth to my father's seed. A time to kill, hit the gas, the need for speed. Take the game like you sinking and you're under siege. Infrared beam, the target is your energy. That's where they trick you and trap you with the UCC. That's when you get them and whip it and you learn to read. If it's meant to be, then it's up to me. Close your eyes, focus your mind and see the burning tree.
I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time. I'm no dead slave. Check my bloodline. I get the bag and flip it. I call it lunchtime. Say you rockin' with me, get on the front line. Annie up, coo. It's grind time.
Money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope you're feeling like me, because once again, I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for fun and games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. With that being said, I know my rights and all my rights are reserved.